Another day, another podcast where we have fucking nothing prepared. Didn't even know it was on.
I know. I just completely slipped my... Oh, was this meant to be yours?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it matters. Too tall?
Maybe. Does it go down?
Do you want this one?
That's all right. I'm sure they'll still be able to hear my loud fucking mouth.
Fuck, there's cords everywhere.
God.
All right. We good?
I think so.
Welcome to Fun Fresh Footy with Pete and Nash.
That's very loud.
Is it really loud?
Yeah.
Mine was in the wrong one.
Oh, I nearly said that at the start, but I was like, oh, maybe that works. I don't really know how the setup goes.
Peter's like, I don't know how to set up, and it's like, oh, well, you've plugged it into the wrong one. All right, hello, welcome back to Fun Fresh Footy podcast with terrible tips and great yarns and zero editing. We're going to drop the zero editing, but that's all staying in. We are back
It's
live.
just loud.
Speaking to the mic,
Hello.
I can't hear a thing.
Oh, really? Mine is deafeningly loud.
Say something.
Hello.
Is that better?
Yeah. I feel yeah.
Oh, no, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So mine was turned all the way down, yours was turned all the way up.
Right. Yeah.
Far out.
I was like, fuck. I don't think you can do a potty like this. I won't be able to hear for the rest of the day.
There we go. Well, bedsheet number 1, that's out of the way.
Beautiful. Surely there'll be a few more.
Fuck. Bedsheet number 2 is the fact that, so we're actually obviously back live in person if you are watching this on YouTube. You can hear me now? Testing.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Again, we need a producer to do this. So we're back live in the studio. We're actually back in the home of Merewether Carlton, the green room. So thanks for having us. We don't know how to turn the air conditioning on, so if both of us start to go red in the face,
You know why.
that's exactly why. So we just want to get that on the table right now. It's Friday, the 10th of December. Christmas is about 3 weeks away. How are you this morning? You almost forgot that we were doing this.
I'm good. I did forget completely. I was doing a running sesh with some of the Greens girls. Then we went and got a coffee. And then I had this snap from you from an hour and a half ago. I was like, oh, better check that before I drive home. And it's like, you good for the potty anytime after 8? It's 10 minutes past 8. And I was like, oh, I guess right now then. I guess right now.
But we're here.
We're here. And I was in Merewether, so it actually turned out quite well.
It worked out perfectly fine. And to be honest, if you weren't ready and you had to go and drop a certain person home who may or may not be with us today, that would have been fine, because you know what? It's the first day in a very long time since we've seen the sun.
Oh, I mean, it was kind of sunny yesterday and the day before. But we had rain as well. It was kind of off and on.
I was at work, so I don't really pay attention. It doesn't really count when I'm at work.
Yeah.
Well, it does, but it doesn't. It does because it's fucking hot at work.
The world revolves around me, and if I don't get to feel the sun, it didn't happen.
That's exactly right. Hence why I'm pasty as, and you're a little brown girl. I was like, don't say anything wrong there. I'm so hot, it's not funny.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm in a singlet.
All right, let's get this on the road before it turns into just a series of unfortunate dribble. What have you been up to? You've started a new job. Well, sorry, you're back from Maxville.
I'm back from Maxville.
So talk us back through that.
Yeah, so I got back on Monday, and it was just straight into it from there. I had cricket training, bit of running, then footy training.
So that was all on Monday?
That was all Monday. And then, Tuesday I started a new job as a removalist.
So please tell us about that. So you used to do a little bit of time at the smelter.
Yep, I used to be working at Tomago. Actually, funny thing is, you know how we've been yarning about cleaning out my locker, and I messaged you being like, bruh, I need my steel caps, because I've got 3 pairs of boots and they're all in those lockers at Tomago. I was I'm praying that they haven't cleaned them out, even though I haven't been there for 6 months.
You legit have not been there for 6 months, I don't reckon.
I know. And then I was like, oh God. And they're like, okay, can you start on Tuesday? You'll need your steel caps. And I was like, okay. Anyway, messaged another friend of the show, another Ash, and she was like, yeah, I can get those for you. I'll bring him to footy training tonight. I was like, thank God. But I just like, they rang me and I was like, hey, I can't come because I don't know if I'm going to have my steel caps. Like, I don't know if this locker's going to be cleaned out or whatever. I was like, got to get a friend to get them for me. Don't know if I'm going to be able to come. And they're like, okay, just keep us updated and we'll let you know, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they called me like 20 minutes later and were like, they've told us it's fine if you just come in like closed in shoes. And I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, boots arrived at training.
Thank God.
Thank God. And I started on Tuesday. And I started on Tuesday and I was... Oh, sorry. Little glitch. Anyways, yeah, so I started on Tuesday, first day, and I just was straight into removalist work. Never been a removalist before. Not sure what I thought it entailed, but...
Yeah, I would like to know because it sounds hard.
Bruh, honestly, did not even know this kind of service happened. Like, this company, you just pay them whatever they cost. I'm not sure what they cost. They come, the first day people all come, and literally you just leave your house exactly as is. They just come and pack all of your possessions into boxes.
Wait, so they don't pack anything?
They don't pack a thing. You just, like, they just literally, like, see ya, leave their house exactly as it is, and then you come, and our company comes, like, packs everything into boxes, and then the next day they come and they put all the boxes, fridges, lounges, beds, whatever, into a big truck. And it's like, you don't lift a finger. I was like, that is a wild service. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing. So you're the finger lifter, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I fucking lifted many fingers.
All the fingers were lifted.
And I'm like, I've gotten like notoriously bad grip strength. Like, you know, like whenever you do a medical, my grip strength is always like poor.
That PE test that you'd have to like squeeze the
squeeze
thing to get
like I'll
number.
go well in everything else in a medical. My grip strength is woeful. So I'm like fucking nearly dropping these lounges all day. And they've all got plastic on them, so it's like slipping out of my hands, like blah, blah, blah. Anyways, yeah, the first day I'm like there and we're all just like lifting stuff. And I got like burnt because we're running outside. It's like boiling hot.
Yuck.
And then I'm like with this crew and they're like, oh, it's so weird. Like they don't normally send the girls out to do the removalist stuff. Like they're normally the packers. And I was like, oh.
Excellent.
Okay. But I actually quite liked it. I was like, oh, at least I'm doing something. Because I ended up missing footy training that day because I worked for 11 and a half hours on my first day. Missed footy training. So I was like, oh, at least I'm doing a bit of fitness. And then the next day I came back for another day at work. And I was doing 12 and a half hours. I was like, is this the time you guys normally finish?
So what time are you starting?
7. So I did 7 till 6:30. And then the next day I did 7 till 7:30.
That's disgusting.
Without a break.
Yeah, so let's touch on the break thing. So I obviously am a big finger lifter in the 12-hour department as well. So I work 6 till 6 and like we only get a 1 hour break and everyone's kind of like, oh, that's so crap, blah, blah, blah. Like you don't get smoko, whatever. Like I can eat on the job and like take little breaks here and there, but you're working constantly basically for 11 hours. And then when you're like, I didn't even like stop to eat.
Well, I did eat, but only because I was like driving from one job to another and I like scoffed this sandwich. I like packed myself an apple and a Sanger and stuff and I was like, I don't, like, do you guys not eat on this job?
That's what I mean. What are they?
And they're like, nah, they all just like sit there. They've got these like big bottles of like lemonade that they're sipping all day and I'm like, that's just like sickening.
That's not eating. That's
No.
not nourishing the body.
Mate, I was like, I don't care what your rules are here. I'm eating my sandwich today.
let's take 10.
The first day I was starting to get like very snappy. I feel like I was like rude to this one young bloke and I was like, anyway, I ate my Sanger and I was much better. But yeah, no, both days I've just taken like a real quick minute between jobs to like scoff a Sanger just because I was like, I will not cope. Like I have to eat.
The Snickers ad where it's like you're not you when you're hungry, I feel like that hit the nail on the head for
it makes you very like it's not good for you. You've got to fuel your body.
100%. And if you're lifting slippery lounges and you've already got poor grip strength, I feel like...
His hands need all the fucking help they can get.
Exactly. You're snapping your crab claws all day long, lifting all of the fingers. Far out. You need a little bit of carbs, protein and fats in your body.
You actually need something. I was like, I'm going to die. Anyway, second day I missed cricket. So that was also upsetting.
So when are these cricket games being played?
They're on a Wednesday night.
So what day is it now? Friday.
Friday.
Oh, so we've missed cricket.
I missed cricket that day, yeah. But it ended up like they played half a game and it got rained out. So I was like, oh, thank God. But
all right, let's pending weather, La Nina or whatever her name is. I'm going to come watch you next week.
Well, that's our last game. It's the playoff for 5th and 6th. And I haven't even played a single game this season. That was going to be my first game for the season because I've been away.
Playoff for 5th and 6th. Now, as most of you will remember, we took out the world champs at the Mid-North Coast Sevens a couple of weeks ago. And Peter and I had a quite in-depth conversation about how we think it's pathetic to play off for 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
But if you're playing off for 5th and 6th, that's a whole other kettle of fish.
It's fine when it's like its own separate game, but like when you've played 5 games of sevens and then they want you to play a 6th game to play off for 3rd and 4th, like, no.
Just let
thanks.
me go home.
I'm like, I don't care what I come. But like, if it's a whole week and a whole new game, I'm like, sweet, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, well, you've had time to recover, fuel your body, rest. Yeah, those 5 games for 3rd and 4th. Beta stuff. All right, so we're going to come watch you play next week.
Yeah, beautiful. I think we're facing Belmont.
Losers.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. Maybe. Merriweather might be losers. Who knows?
Oh, I am. It's a lot of fun, though.
Now, you said to me off air that you were practicing bowling, practicing running, whatnot. What's your expertise when it comes into taking the pitch? Are you a bowler? Are you batter? You good behind the wicket? You just sledging on the boundary?
I'm a big sledger. I'm definitely, me and Annika Butler always get given the boundary, and I think that's normally like not for the good fielders, but I think it's because we haven't got, like, I'm not very quick, but we haven't got a lot of pace in the team. And so like, and you know, in the power play, you can only have 2 people out there.
Yeah.
So like, most people aren't making some balls, and Annika and I are just like out on the very boundary, like sledging from the
Yelling.
outside, even though we're getting flogged. But maybe more of a fielder. Although I've only bowled 1 over in my whole cricket career, and I took a wicket where I bowled and caught.
You caught them?
I bowled it and I caught my own one. And I was like, that is never going to happen again.
For someone with the slipperiest fingers in Merriweather, that's so impressive.
I was like, so my bowling career has probably gone better than my batting career, because I think the other day, I've only played a few games to be honest. The other day, Michael, friend of the show, was looking on my cricket and he's like, your batting average is at 1.5. I was like, yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
So you could say I'm a bit of a batter.
I was going to say, look, you've only played not even 1 game, really.
Yeah.
This season anyway.
Season. But yeah, last season I think I only played like fucking 3 games, and I think I got out for a duck one, got like 10 runs the other, no, maybe 6 the other one, and then must have got out for like a duck that one as well.
Hello. Well, look, again, room for improvement. We will be down at, where are you playing at?
I don't know. I'll have to find that out.
I hope it's not Belmont. If it's at Belmont, I probably won't come.
Yeah, I hope it's not at Belmont either.
Yeah, so I don't want to fully commit. Once you can get back to me with some times, fucking locations. Sorry, this is dribbly. But yeah, all right, Peter, next week, cricket, Belmont.
So what have you been doing this week? You've just been working? Anything else going on?
Yeah, so I'm halfway through my work block. 2-day works. Like you mentioned, the sun's been out, so it's been nice and warm. Other than that, I can't really remember. I went to a party on whenever my last night shift was. Like, went to work and then my first day off, I went to a party and ripped and teared.
I didn't see that.
Well, it was very, like, last minute.
Yeah, right.
I didn't get to it until, like, 10:30.
I normally get a few, like, snaps of things going on, but I don't think...
Yeah, I was pretty, like, how you going? So I wasn't really, like, had the
broadcasting.
Yeah, the phone out, broadcasting and whatnot. I will give you the red hot tip. I was extremely fucking hungover the next day, but I was like, wow, I haven't had a rip and tear in, like, such a long time where I was very unwell the next day. So whatever the second day was I had off, I didn't do too much. But yeah, been back PTing again. It's been fun. Nice to be back down in Newcastle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much planned for my break coming up either. So just probably cricket and plenty of cricket to touch on.
We will touch on that. I forgot to mention, my piss and punt went well.
Oh,
I haven't spoken about that.
I forgot to even ask how that was.
Yep, so we went to the pub. I had not backed a winner all day, and everyone else had backed winners. Favourites, might I add. Anyways, I was getting a bit...
Losers.
Pa and Dad and Brian were, like, ripping into me. Actually, we had a massive hailstorm, and, like, all the TVs in the pub turned off, and we were just, like, watching on our phones at the pub.
Actually, that's funny you say that. That was on Saturday after we'd done the podcast, because I was, like, super fucking tired after, like, I'd spoken to you. And Mum actually...
I have that effect.
No, it was like it was from you waking me up to do the podcast when I had like 5 minutes sleep. But Mum come in and she's just like showing me a hailstorm in Maxville, like that's on Facebook. She's like, is this where Peter is? And I was like, I don't know, don't talk to me.
Yeah, they were huge. Like there was like big chunks of hail, and like all the TVs in the tab area just like turned off, and we were just like, oh. So then everyone's got their phones out with like Sky Racing on. Anyway, resolved itself within like 10, 15 minutes.
As it does. La Nina pops in, pops out.
Yeah. But anyway, like just as we're sort of, you know, probably in the last like 40 minutes of being at the pub, I've backed 2 roughies and surpassed everyone's winnings for the day.
Beat a little like favourites winnings.
Yeah.
What were they paying, do you remember?
Oh, not like full roughies, but one was maybe like $5 something and the other one was like $7 or something.
That's nothing to turn your nose up at.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oof. Anyway, got my credit back. Anyway, we ended up blowing most of the money. I think we ended up with $40. And then all my family took pity on me because I'm poor, and they're like, give it all to Pete. Even though, shout out to Pa, he paid my entry into the Tippet Piss and Pun. So I'm like, I didn't pay to come into this, and now everyone's giving me their money. So this is like quite a successful day.
I was about to say, you've actually like made bank, bro.
Yeah, and I think I had like one shout all day because Dad's like, I'll take your shout. I was like, all right.
Oh, I feel like I went to the wrong Piss and Pun in Maxville. I got stitched up.
But yeah, no, it was a great day. Actually, great day. And I didn't wake up that hungover, which was nice.
On the Super Crisps?
On the Super Crisps, yep.
I feel like Super Crisps keep you in like a little bit giddy, a little bit fun and fresh.
It was a little bit fun and fresh.
But they also keep you a little bit sensible as well. It's a sessionable beer. You can start at brekkie and...
Got home and had a couple of ports. I think what saved me was we had like a massive barbecue dinner, and it was like potato bake,
I saw
salad, all the work.
The snaps of you being a good hostess with the mostess, carrying the bottles of wine and the ice and everything.
I was looking after everyone.
Love it.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Or I played touch. My first game back at Summer Touch last night. It was. I
feel like you've just had the busiest week in the world.
I've been flat out.
And I legit can't even think what I did an hour ago.
It was one of the boys' birthdays, so we had like some
pizzas.
tinnies and pizzas after, which was lovely.
What's your team name? Do you have a team name?
Touch, Pause, Engage. It was the name well before I got here.
So shout out to Touch, Pause, Engage.
I think they've been in the comp for a long time. But it was a bit of fun. It was good to be back. I was taking very quick subs.
I played one game of touch last year. I filled in for Scott's team, and it was like the last game of it was when the grand final and shit was on. Anyway, it was a fucking scorcher of a day. It was so hot. And I was like, how the hell did I get roped into this? It was literally after we'd just gotten home from, where did we go and play footy with Nelson Bay?
Oh, Crescent Head.
Yeah, so we'd gotten home from Crescent Head like the night before. Then I filled in to play touch, and it was like scorching hot, and I was just like...
Oh, yeah, I was away. I was I didn't go to that.
I was like, yuck, don't ever sign me up for this again.
Yeah, well, it was like still hot. We played at 7:30 last night, and it was still like steamy
muggy and I know, the weather's just weird. The weather's weird. There's been lots of things in 2021 that have just been weird, but like the weather is the prominent one at the moment.
Yeah.
What else do we normally talk about on this show?
Do we want to talk about the cricket?
Let's talk about the cricket. So obviously Ashes has started. It is upon us, the summer of cricket. When did it start? Wednesday. So
Wednesday. I was at work that day, but I was listening to ABC Grandstand as I was just like in one of the rooms packing some boxes, and this bloke whose house I was working at, he's like came in to talk to me, and I was like, oh, sorry, and I like turned it off. I was like, oh, sorry, I was just listening to the cricket. He was like, oh yeah. He's like, has it started? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, I'll put it on the TV for you. And I was like, oh, what a darling. So I got to watch a little bit of it, but I was like quite busy, so I only sort of really ducked in to see the score.
Saw bits and pieces. I was the same. So I was on day work for both of the days, and then I'll be on night shift for most of the day, like asleep for most of the day today. So I also only saw bits and pieces. But I think we should just get the monkey off our back by saying England pretty much shit the bed.
100% shit the bed.
I think when I did realise that it was on and I got it up on KO, shout out KO, it was like 3 for 37 or something.
It was like 3 for 20 or something though. Like if you had checked earlier, and I was like, because when I checked it, it was something like that, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I was when I first got on, I was just like, what is going on?
And then I'm like trying to look at updates, like who have they got out? Who's got the wickets? And I was like, Stark gets a wicket on the first ball of the game.
Golden Duck, first ball, first innings, first Ashes test of the series. Stark is so hot.
He is so hot.
Stark is such a honey.
Yeah. He's not as much of a honey as Pat Cummins though.
Okay, that was where I was going with this. Pat Cummins is the sexiest man in Australian cricket.
He might be the sexiest man on the planet.
On the planet. Especially
especially when he takes 5 wickets on the first day of the Ashes.
I know. I think we were talking about it, but it was like, what a fucking captain's knock. Like, really just like, pulling your socks up, let's go to work. 5 wickets. Was he in bat at the moment?
No, he got out. He didn't have a great stint in the. Stark's just come in, but little Travis Head is in there, and he is on like 112 or 121.
112, yeah.
112. I knew there was a 2 and a 1 in it.
So he got a ton just before tea. He also, speaking of head, got bowled in the head.
Literally full toss, straight off the glove, up into the gob. That man dropped like a wriggling worm. Like it just hit him and his body just like flinched up, wriggled down and slapped onto the ground. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Also the poor bugger got one like to the forearm, like just under the elbow, like bounced straight into his elbow, and I was like, oh, that looked like it hurt so much.
I was actually listening to it on the radio when he got hit in the chin, and the commentators were so funny because they're just like, either get him off if he's not well, or like let's get the game back on. And then someone else was like, no, I'm pretty sure they've got like concussion protocols that they've got to go there. And it's like, yeah, he just got a fucking 130-kilometre ball to the chin, like.
Yeah.
Let's let him fucking...
He actually was a trooper about it. He kind of got straight up and he's like, you got me once.
Yeah, he apologized. Oh, well, he said it was all good too. Who was it, Stokes or Wokes?
No. It was Wood. I'm pretty sure.
Is Wood a bit of a cutie?
Yeah, Wood is a bit of a cutie.
I think I'm thinking of the cute one named Woods.
Yeah.
What about, who else? So Warner went all right?
Warner got 94, I think, just off a ton. I think he had a few lucky shots. Like there was that one, it was like a no ball, but he just got bowled like straight up.
But then it was like a centimetre over the line.
His whole foot's over the line. I was like, rookie. But there was just a few like things that did get, like I think we played really well, but there was a few lucky things like where they just sort of like drop real easy catches and stuff. Or like the one, did you see the one and Warner slipped over and he's literally like laying on the ground, can't get up. He's trying to like hold his bat and like put it there, but he like chucks it
threw
and
his
it's
bat
too far, so he doesn't make it. And this bloke's like 2 meters away from the stumps. He could have easily just sprinted at the stumps and got him out, but he tried to throw it, completely missed the stumps. And then the same bloke did the exact same thing yesterday, Arvo, against, I think, Stark. He's just like, or might have been Cummins, and just like pegged it from like 2 meters away and just missed it. It's like...
Just run in.
Yeah. Like, stop it.
Yeah, hand-eye
Why is he in that position if he can't?
Yeah, put him on the boundary next to Peter.
Yeah, come and
there was another
heckle
one
with me on the boundary.
It was either Warner or Marnus that like it looked like they went to play a defensive shot and it's just like slice the edge and then they've just like it's gone straight basically to the slip and he's just stone cold dropped it as well.
Yeah.
I was like, is this actually like the fucking first grade team? Like
they're playing like my team.
Yeah. Your team might give them a fucking run for your money. So shout out to the Australian cricket team.
But Labuschagne had a great little run as well. I thought he was playing well, but I was just shocked with how quickly Head got his ton. Like he was,
it was off like 87 balls or something. Is that
it's something like that. But like he was, it's more than a run and ball though. Like which is wild for Test cricket.
Fucking oath. And I was actually watching Marnus's before Marnus got out, and it was that bowler. What's his name? Leach. And he's a bit of a...
Leach is having a shocker.
Yeah,
today.
he's a bit of a
Shocker
strange-looking character, and he's the spin bowler. And, yeah, the commentators are giving him a hard time. Anyway, he bowls, and then Marnus just basically goes... sent straight for 6, and the commentators are going, there's no respect for Leach, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yeah. Anyway, obviously gets a little bit too cocky and then straight out. And I think Smith, what's his name? Steve Smith sort of did the same thing. He blocked the first ball, and then boom, boundary the next one. And then I had to go and do something, and then I get a message from you, and he's like, Smith is out. And I was like, for fuck's sake.
I was like panicking a little bit after that, but then I was like, Head has stepped up.
Head has really, he's...
Also Cam Green, who is pretty good, and he just, very first ball, just leaves a shot, and it just hits a stump.
It goes to do the... He's like, I didn't judge that well. But congratulations.
Not well left.
Congratulations to him for getting his first test wicket.
I know, very exciting. All the boys getting around him that first day was pretty cool.
That was, I did see that. That was mad. We love to see that. So we're hoping today, Friday, is it meant to be nice weather up in...
Yeah, apparently it's meant to be one of the better days since they've had it up there, which is...
We don't get weather updates on this computer, but... Yeah, so when's that? 11. That was another thing I was discussing last night, because I went to put completely oblivious, got home, was watching the Big Bash, and I'm like, when does the test come back on? I completely forgot that it finishes at 6. Because you know how with a one-dayer, it starts at 2 in the afternoon and goes to 8 or 9 or whatever? I'm like, this will start back up after tea. And then I'm like, having to do some research, and I'm like, it actually doesn't. So I felt really stupid after that. But it also made me a little bit excited for when we go to the Ashes, if people don't know that already.
Did you guys know we're going to the Ashes?
We're going to the Ashes. I can't remember whether we're going to day 2 or 3, but we're going to
day 2.
We're going to one of them. Sorry, I feel like I'm getting fucking hay fever.
Probably from Frankie.
Yeah, my eyes are so itchy. Sorry about that. I was like, that actually is mad. So we'll go down nice and early, or the day before, I don't really care. Get on the tins quite early, and then we'll be done by 6. And we actually could probably do something after it.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Oh, same. Seeing all these idiots in the crowd, I was like, I can't wait for me and my friends to be one of them idiots.
It's so exciting, but yeah. Nah, it's just been great. It's been great. But yesterday I had to I was doing a lot of uni work, but I'm looking back. But anyway, I finished my portfolio and I just was like, I'm not doing anything else today. And just sat there and watched it this close to my TV.
Well, I definitely will be watching the first couple of hours. So
yeah,
hopefully this is all done and dusted.
Yeah, well, it'll be good to be able to see us because we'll be back in bat this morning.
Yep, ready to rip and tear before the second inning starts. Speaking of uni, we're getting very close to the Viva.
The Viva, yeah.
The Viva date. Close. Are we feeling prepared?
No. Not yet. Well, I kind of was planning to study when I got back, but then it's Monday I spent the whole day travelling / training. Then Tuesday I did 11.5 hours. Wednesday I did 12.5 hours. Yesterday was my first day to do stuff, so I knocked over my portfolio, the 10,000 worder. That's all done.
Yep.
Which is exciting. And then now it's just study from now till next Thursday's study mode.
The big birthday. How old are you again? Are you allowed to say
23.
It on here? 23. Oh my God.
Yeah, so that is a little bit stressful, but actually yesterday I had the biggest meltdown.
Oh no.
That I've had in a long time. It was bad. So
tears and all?
Oh yeah, bawling, hyperventilating, freaking out. So I went to Service New South Wales because for my new job, I had to do an NDIS workers check and a new working with children.
Oh, this is for your actual job?
Yeah, and a new working with children's check. And so I submitted the application, but then you have to submit 4 points of ID. You got to take them into a local Service New South Wales.
Yeah.
Just get identified or whatever. So I've got my birth certificate in the proper... You know those old, it's clearly its first envelope it's come in, those old ones, it's do not bend and it looks it's 20 years old. I was beauty, got that, got me Medicare, got me bank card, got my license. I was sweet. Wait at Service New South Wales for half an hour, get up to the front, open the old envelope, for some reason I've got just a photocopy in there, not the real thing. And she's like, this won't do.
This
and
won't
I was
cut
like,
it.
yeah, I know that. Anyway.
I don't have a clue where my birth certificate
So
is.
I went home and I was like, like in the biggest tears, just like ripping apart it all through my files. Like, where is this thing? I know I bought it home. Like, because I bought that. Anyway, I was like, and then I'm like, you're an idiot. Like, you've lost your birth certificate. I was like, and because if you don't get your document, like you've only got
So many
a certain amount of days.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like today was the last day. And I was like, and if you don't submit it, I think it counts as you not passing.
Oh, God.
So you like can't resubmit. So I was like freaking out, like having the biggest flap. And I was like crying. And I called mum. I'm like, I can't even. Anyway, just like bawling my eyes out. Poor mum. Anyway, so she calls dad. Dad's like, yeah, it's here. And I was like, like freaking out more.
So how are you getting it?
Yeah, well, I'm like freaking out more and more and more. And then like, what's it called? Yeah, I was like, it's due by tomorrow. I was like, I couldn't get it. I was like, anyway, I'm in this biggest flap. And mum's like, well, I'll get dad in the car right now. He'll drive to Taree, you drive to Taree, you'll meet there. And I was like, I can't. Like, because then at this stage, I haven't got any portfolio done, no study done. I was like, I need to do my stuff. I'm going to get so behind.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in this situation.
No, I would have like freaking out. And mum's like, okay, well, when I finish work tonight, like, I'll drive it to Newcastle. I was like, I don't want you to have to do that. And I'm like, anyways, I've like gone online and checked because it said 7 days. And I was like, I swear I wouldn't have done this submission if it was 7 days. But it was 7 days from yesterday. So I've got it 7 days. Jade's going to Maxwell this weekend. Everything's fine.
So all that for nothing.
I was inconsolable because now I'm like, mum's like, it's fine. We'll work it out. Like, I'll just drop it after work. Like, I'll come down to Newcastle. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to even focus. I was like, I can't get my work done. I'm in such a flap. Anyway, I'm not sure what the quality of my portfolio is going to be because I was in the biggest tears and I like couldn't calm myself down.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
I was just like, because I vividly remember bringing that envelope and assumed that would be my birth certificate.
Don't assume.
No. And then I was like, I have lost my birth certificate. I was like, I don't have a current passport either. I was like, by the time I finish like getting a new birth certificate sent to me, like this application's gone. I don't have a job. Like anyway, I'm just like going off on these massive tangents.
I'll be
like,
a removalist for the rest of my days.
I don't want to be a removalist for my whole life. Mate, I was in all sorts. Like it would have been hilarious to watch. Especially like, it's fine now because everything turned out okay. But like,
oh, hindsight's a hilarious thing.
I was inconsolable. Like,
look, it's...
I think I was already stressed about like having to study and like not having enough of that done, and like I've just worked 2 like 12-hour days and
not
I was just
eating
like,
enough.
I was just like,
You haven't eaten enough. You probably haven't drank enough either. You're probably stressing about this fucking Viber thing. I'm stressing about it. I'm not even doing it.
God, I know. Anyway, that it's all fine. If everyone calm down.
All right, everyone, I want you to all take 3 big deep breaths. Speaking of deep breaths and having tizzers, and again, I don't know if anyone's going to care about this, but I've for like a week now, and I'm going to have to go and see my doctor about it. I don't know whether it's to do with my chest, my broken chest from the snappers, or like an anxiety thing, but which is even better. I keep like, you know when you take like a really big deep breath, and you kind of like get like a sense of relief when you do it. But then sometimes you can take like deep breaths and you're like, oh fuck, I can't get my breath in properly.
Yeah.
I have been doing that like so much, especially when I'm going to sleep. I don't know whether it's my chest, I'm vaping too much, or if I'm like, have like chronic anxiety, but that's what I've been dealing with.
That doesn't sound good. Is it potentially like the muggy weather? Can we put it down to that? Humidity's a bit harder to breathe in.
Let's put it down to that.
Is it the fumes you're breathing in at the smelter?
Fucking oath, it could be. To be honest, actually, I feel like I didn't like have it yesterday, but when I think about it, then it like comes back, which makes
Maybe
me think
it's an anxiety.
so much makes it think it's anxiety, and I'm like, beauty. That's just one extra thing that we have to deal with going into the back end of the year. Speaking of the back end of the year, we've got Viber, we've got you being a removalist, I have anxiety again. Your birthday's coming up.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. We don't really have much planned, but
well, yeah.
are we thinking like and hopefully like La Nina puts the sun out for us?
Yeah, surely.
Bender weather for sure. Are we thinking a few brewskis at your house?
Yeah, I think that could be nice.
Potentially a piss and punt.
Are you working at all that day? Or like
What
coming
day?
off?
Saturday?
Saturday.
No, I only work the 2-day works. So I work
Perfect.
I work Thursday, Friday.
You won't even be tired.
I will not be tired. I'm going to get my 8 hours the night before.
Well, we love that. I don't know, maybe even just like pop in somewhere for brekkie and have a couple of mimosas or something.
Fuck yes, let's
Like
do that.
when Dave and Annika and I did that before something, what did we do that before? That was amazing.
Was that my engagement party?
Yeah, it might have been. Might have been. That was great. We were just like...
The last time I did mimosas was with great friend of the show, Brooke Walklate, before I went wedding dress shopping.
Yeah.
And
Well, then when we did bridesmaids dress shopping, we did do like an early morning juice and...
we did cocktail. Oh,
juice
the Happy
and whatever.
Wombat,
It was kind of like a mimosa, but
the apple and vodka
spirits
things.
instead of
They were
champagne.
fantastic,
They
actually.
were good.
They were fantastic. They're a great drink.
Yeah.
Freshly squeezed apple juice. Yum. Great big vibe.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's do brekkie. So I may potentially be in Newcastle. So I'll just like zip around.
Zip around. A few brekkie mimosas,
Brekkie mimosas,
maybe a couple of tins in the backyard.
tins in the backyard, and then I don't know. See
See
where
it goes.
the night takes us.
Yeah, at running this morning, I was letting the girls know, Sonia and Gab and Charlotte, and they were like, yeah, sounds
Beauty
good.
be there. Fuck yeah, I'm so keen. I'm just keen to have like a weekend off before Christmas.
Me too. I'm just so excited
the
because
girls.
like everything will be done then.
It'll be done. You'll just
Done.
roll into like the thick of silly season, and then
Actually, the day before, I've volunteered to, well, not volunteered, I've agreed to do the bar at the Lake Macquarie Council Christmas party.
that is so random. How do you get roped into that?
Well, one of the girls posted it on the Greens page, and I was like, yeah, why not? Because it was like cash monies, $30 an hour for 4 hours. I was like, that'll be a little bit of
That's actually not too bad.
little bit of playing money for the weekend.
I've like shot myself in the foot a little bit with Facebook. I'm one of those people on your phone where I can't have. I hate having like any notifications up. Like you know when
Yeah.
the red circle comes up, I hate that.
Yeah,
like,
me
can't
too.
Can't see messages.
I just have to
emails.
check them all.
Yeah, same. And then you never fucking reply.
Yeah. Well, my texts, I can't. They disappear. They don't. They're like, I must have like bad peripheral vision because I just see like the center, and anything notifications in the center of my phone, it like annoys me. But if they're on the outskirts, I can't tell.
Okay, that's weird. But anyway, I like got sick of heaps of shit coming up on my Facebook, so I've turned my notifications off. And then I can go like 3 days without checking it, which is probably not a bad thing. But then I'm like, oh, I've missed this funny meme that Peter's tagged me in from 3 days ago. It's not going to be funny when I reply to it now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know where that was going. Did you have any like rugby league things that you wanted to?
I think I had a couple in there.
Well, we better press the button because we're in person.
Better bring up some notable mentions.
Not too many, but there was definitely. Oh yeah, there's like literally.
I only had 2, I think.
I have. They might even be the same. So I have Ray Stone signs with the Dolphins.
Yeah, that was literally one of mine.
Which is like good on him. He's a good like snapper, but it is concerning me that they're not signing any stars yet. Like they're signing like good, solid workers. I'm
Yeah,
like
Felice Kafusi, him.
Ray Stone. I think that's it at the moment. These two over here, like fuck yeah.
We are the marquee players. Do
Yeah.
you reckon? And I probably heard this off another podcast, but like, do you think that like Ponga's waiting to see
Who goes?
who goes and then how the night sort of like
Yeah, for
season
sure.
goes now that like Joey's there and they've got all like fucking
Yep.
Chief and.
I also
Badiris.
think he's probably thinking like Newey's pretty nice.
Fucking oath, it's nice. Look, if we could turn the camera around, guys, and show you how beautiful the green at Townsend looks.
Well, can you see how well lit we are? Like, it's gorgeous sun coming through.
It's bender weather, and it's like on a Friday too. Like, it doesn't get
No.
much better than this.
I know. I'm not having any like big week. I'll have like a beer or two on Sunday if Liz wants to have a beer, but I'm not doing beers this weekend because I'm like, you can do with 1 week off to study.
Yeah, I don't have an excuse, but I would also like to have some like
Yeah,
time
save
off
yourself
the-
for next weekend.
time off the beers. Yeah, so Ray Stone, I had that as well. He was famous for folding motherfuckers in
Yeah,
for
he can
Parramatta.
fold.
It's also
He's also famous for throwing forward passes and
Yeah.
out of dummy half, but he's not a dummy half, so you can't hold him to that.
when he filled in for Marnie, he definitely was not dummy half material. But like that's concerning for Parramatta. Like he's going,
Well-
Marnie's going.
Is it? Because my next point, Josh Hodgson has signed.
You know what? As soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, that's right. I remember seeing that this morning.
Yeah, so that obviously they're probably not going to be in the market for little Verrills anymore. Little semi-Verrills.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Because they've got Hodgson. But Hodgson is a good player, and I think that is a good signing.
He was like one of the best hookers in the game, like
Yeah.
especially when they went into the grand final against us.
Yeah, I like him.
So that's good. Yeah, good for them. Is that for next year or the year after?
2023.
It's going to be a big year.
That is going to be a big year. Lot of movement, as I keep saying. A lot of movement.
A lot of movement.
The last footy one I had was Tyrone May has signed with Catalans.
Yeah, I
Going
feel
to Super
did we
League.
not talk about this?
Oh, did we? I didn't think we did. Anyway,
Or maybe we
good riddance. He's a bit of a loser.
But then I also heard something. I heard
Catalans is getting a lot of NRL players
a lot of
next year.
like washed up. I shouldn't say washed up, but like a lot of our dirty laundry.
Napa's not washed
Oh, I
up.
forgot about Napa. I'm just thinking of
we
Pierce.
still love him.
I love Napa. Actually, I like Mitchell Pearce too.
Me too.
Shout out to Scott, who's our rugby coach. He's been training. Well, he was training Mitchell Pearce last week here at Green Life, and I was meant to like come and meet him, but it was like the world's worst week to meet
Well,
an
apparently,
ex-Roosters player because of work.
apparently the running I did with him on Monday was like the old part of the old Chook's strength and conditioning, and I was like,
Was it hard?
yeah, it was a little bit hard.
I feel like running in general is just hard. We've touched on that.
Yeah,
several
my legs were jelly, as I said when I went to the gym session after. I was like struggling.
400 squats. What were we just saying? Where do we get to?
Nothing. Tyrone May to the Catalans.
Oh, sorry. Apparently, I'm pretty sure it was Penrith. Now, I spread this, but I don't know how true it is. Apparently, Penrith had like given him a lifeline if he wanted to take that up. Now, that could have been a completely different player, but I feel like it was Tyrone May.
Yeah, right.
But I also saw that he went to Catalans. I feel like we talked about it, or maybe I've just seen it somewhere.
It's not.
Who
not that
cares?
important.
He
spread
is
it.
our dirty laundry.
And the only other one I had was a cricket one, but it was like last week. And you know that, I don't know if I'm saying his first name right, but Ajaz Patel for New Zealand, he took all 10 wickets
yes.
against India in the test. I think they still got flogged in that
Yeah,
test.
they still got beat,
But that is such a big effort. Imagine taking all the wickets.
that's like that's man of the match stuff.
Oh, for sure. Man of the match in a losing side sort of stuff.
He's getting what are those like things you used to get when you played like football or netball, like the Macca's vouchers? He's getting.
We used to get a milkshake voucher.
Oh well, we got Macca's. Hence why I'm addicted to McDonald's now. Yeah, so that's mad. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, oath.
The only things that I had, and mine was more of a question, and I was just because I was looking at the NRL draw for next year, and it was like, did the Titans, like you know how West Tigers have changed their logo? Have the Titans also changed their logo? Because
I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to be able to. No, I'm not going to be able to. But I'll show you it later. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they've changed their logo because it's a bit weird. And the only other thing I wanted to touch on was, did you see Sam Kerr dropping that?
Yes, I was wanting to bring that up. That was so funny.
Dropping that, like, not a streaker or whatever, but like the
Just
dude
like a guy on the pitch,
field,
yeah.
like, with his phone trying to take selfies and be a
Yeah.
fuckwit. And she's just
He
like,
looked like a wanker too. I was like so happy that she did that. But she got a yellow card for it.
that was, I can't believe that. So do you remember Andrew Simons, who used to play for Australia in cricket? He's a big bloke. He had like dark dreadlocks.
Oh, yeah.
He also, so years ago now, I used to love Andrew Simons, but he was out batting and a streaker like ran onto the field and he just dropped the shoulder and absolutely axed this nude bloke. And it like came back that apparently in the off season he was like training with the Broncos. He was doing like strength and conditioning with them.
The cricketer was, or the streaker.
No, the cricketer.
I was like,
Andrew
what?
Simons was doing it. And then everyone was like, oh, that's mad, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, Sam Kerr absolutely just drops this dude. He was like a foot taller than her as
Yeah,
well.
he just flopped.
And she fucking gets sent off. I was like, give that chick a fucking medal.
I was like, okay, I think she was helping security out. They didn't look like they were getting on top of it real quick. There probably was no security because it was a woman's game.
Yeah, because that's what Lily's...
She's just taking matters into her own hands and going, well, there's a person on the pitch.
I want to kick some ball around.
I want to get back into the soccer.
I'm here to play. I'm here to play soccer, not fuck around. I'm not here to fuck.
I'm not here to
flies.
get selfies with this wanker.
That's for after the game, and you can still get one after the game. Shout out Sam Kerr. That was boss.
Hey, what a legend.
I liked that.
She seems cool in general.
Yeah, she seems mad, and she seemed to have like won every soccer award known
Ever.
to man, and she's done well. This is exhausting. What are we at?
S&M?
S&M.
Nah, 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 come on! Nah, nah.
All right, S&M starring Marge. Have you prepared?
Yeah, I got something in my head.
Is it the weather?
Nah, not today, not today.
Spoiler alert for mine.
So my star this week is going to my pa for shouting me in the piss and punt and then also giving me all the money at the end.
Congratulations, Pa. So Peter's mum and dad always seem to make the star category on this show, and now obviously taking the reins is her Pa. So grandparents are also moving up.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to give my star to the weather because it's just nice to see the sun. If the muggy weather is causing my anxiety, then that's a bit Marge moves. But mine's pretty plain and boring. Happy to see the sun shining. I don't care if I got to work. It's just you can enjoy it for me.
Yeah. Well, we're both off today, but I'll be inside. Tap, 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 tap.
I'll be catching Z's. Marge.
Well, I'm going to give my Marge to, like, that whole breakdown situation that happened yesterday because that was, like, a lot of stress. It's one of the biggest stresses I've been through lately.
In more recent times.
Like, yeah, that was terrible. I definitely spiraled. But I think the biggest thing that set me off was
Do you think you carried on a little bit more than you should have?
No, because it was quite serious. Like, if I couldn't get that done, like, I think it was fine. Like, I don't know. I was like, I hate to make my parents go out of their way for me. But then also, like, the thing that set me off was that I thought I'd lost my, like, actually lost my birth certificate. Like, and I was just like, you idiot.
Well, speaking of idiots,
and that
I
made
would
me
have a clue.
spiral. I was like, I can't, like, this all falls apart. Like, I probably can't get my job anymore. Like, I was going big picture, like, this is a catastrophe.
Picturing yourself as, like, a 50-year-old woman still fucking moving furniture.
Yeah, like, this is a big catastrophe vibe. So I was like, but then, like, things were getting better and Mum's going, it's fine, like, we'll get it to you, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I was at the stage where it was just, like, nothing was going to fix it.
Yeah, this is end of the world.
I was like, I'm already in a flap now. Like, I can't calm down. Like, I'm just like, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute. I was like, yeah, there was just no calming down from there.
You needed a rescue remedy and a fucking port or something.
I did. But a bit of
needed
cricket.
a tranquilizer.
Anyway.
I'm glad you better and, like, pulled yourself together because I don't know.
I, like, sent a snap to Pernell, like, in this biggest tears. And then, like, by the time he messaged back, it was all sorted. And he's like, oh, my God, what is wrong? I was like, nah, it's fine.
Chicks.
I'm like, don't bring it up again. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, let's just sweep this under the big lumpy rug that is life. Well,
who was your Marge?
I don't know if I can, like, tell you or show you, but, like, the muggy weather that's, like, causing this, like... I'm, like, slipping off the seat right now.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm in long tights.
Yeah, I've got little, like, Nike bike shorts on, which are comfortable and lovely and, like, great for running, which I'm not doing, but I'm sweating profusely onto this chair. I can't remember whether we touched on it at the start, but we also didn't... We don't have the aircon running in here because we don't know where it is.
I actually think the heater might be running.
Yeah, and, like, hot
like
air...
this surely is not just how hot this room stays, naturally.
Well, like, there's no wind. Everything's, like, closed in.
And I guess it gets a lot of sun in here, but it's very early in the morning.
Lots of sun, fridges and shit running, hot air rises. There is a gym below us, so...
Everyone's sweaty. Hotness is coming up.
Running up. I don't know. I run hot a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway, we did not go through cupboards looking for the aircon, but, yeah, we don't know where it is, so I'm sweating like a... bitch at the moment. Yeah. What else have we got?
I haven't really got anything else to say.
Yeah, so it's nice and short and sharp this week. We've got shit to do, cricket to watch.
Mate, next week will be a lot more
calm.
We'll have things organised.
Will we do a podcast next week?
Well, it is going to be hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because, like, your birthday's Thursday, Viber's Thursday. I'm only off Monday to Wednesday.
I mean, we can always sneak one in on, like, Wednesday morning or something, or...
Yeah, but I don't want to put you out if you're studying.
Well, why don't we see how much study I've got done? If I'm feeling a bit more confident, we lock it in. I think I'll be fine, though. It's only, like an hour?
Yeah, you let me know. Otherwise, we'll just document our drunken Saturday. That's next weekend, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. I never know, like, what day it is, what week it is, or whatever.
Right.
So there's lots of ripping and tearing coming up. over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, Christmas, New Year's. What are you doing for New Year's?
Don't know. Probably be in Maxwell, actually.
I'm working anyway. Yeah. Story of my life. Righto, guys. Well, because this has been a short episode, I will just rattle off that you should be following us on Spotify. We're also on Apple iTunes Music. I think that's what it's called. Jump on YouTube if you're watching. Subscribe. Share it on your story. We've got a Facebook page, Fun Fresh and Footy Podcast. Jump on, follow the page. Follow Peter and I. We would also like some more followers.
Yeah.
Just get our profile up. Our followers to followee ratio can be improved. Sorry, I feel flat as a tack. I'm going to go and have a coffee. All right, till next week, maybe. And good luck, Peter, in your exam.
Thank you so much.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind.